Today is the 10th of June, and you would think that we would be in the height of summer. But no, we've had a day of sunshine and showers, which is quite typical of the British summer. So here it is, the evening, 7 o'clock, and the sun is still quite high up. In June, the nights don't draw in till about 10 o'clock, so we have long evenings. I thought I'd take a tour of the nursery because when the light is at an angle, the views are quite different. This is the famous maple that I created with a pickaxe and crowbar, coming along well. It's not even 4 years since I started making it, and it's almost a complete bonsai. Look at the lovely sun shooting into the sun. The blackbirds are singing, and the planes, of course, are flying. I love the evenings because the birds start singing their even song. And I'm making the most of it when the planes are not coming in to land. I shouldn't talk too much because just listening to the birds is more interesting than listening to my voice. These are just lovely casual shots of the nursery. I love walking around the nursery when all the staff have gone home. The place is quiet, so peaceful and restful. And as they say, this is what bonsai gives us, a feeling of peace and tranquility. You notice I turn the camera off when the planes are flying overhead. This year my maples didn't get caught by the late spring frost, so they are quite good, and we haven't had many attacks of black fly and green fly, so all in all our maples are looking exquisite. Very unusual because we usually get a huge influx of black fly and green fly, and they tend to spoil the leaves. The large Satsuki azaleas have finished flowering, and so now the turn of the small ones to flower. There's still a few in flower. You can see the paving is still wet from the rain we had about an hour ago. It's been a very wet day, but in between the wet we've had some sunshine as well, so we cannot moan. Our air layerings are starting to root. Look at the lovely roots in this root ball. I have to wait for some more roots before I cut that one off. I've been planting my dahlias and my gladioli. I still love my ordinary bedding plants. And these are irises that we grew from seed. We collected the seed from the irises that grew around the pond. And these are plants that have started to flower after just 3 years of sowing from seed. So these are all our own self-sown Japanese irises. Very easy to grow from seed. And while I'm passing our Herons Center, I'm going to take you in because tomorrow I will record this as well. We have a tea party, typical English tea party, and here it is all laid out. We're going to have a tea party for a charity that I support, which is St. Catherine's Hospice. So they're having the use of our hall, and I encourage them to come. We don't charge a penny for this, but they're raising money for this lovely, very noble and worthy cause. So tomorrow there are about, I think, let me see, the 6, 12, about 70 people, 60 to 70 people coming for tea, English tea. And I'm going to do a little bonsai demonstration. So as they say, watch this space, all in a good cause. This is our pond area. And I'm now going to walk to the Japanese irises to show you these lovely flowers. They bloom for about a week or 10 days, and after it they are gone. While I'm passing, these are the lovely seeds of this Aka Shigitatsu Sawa, red lace leaf maple. Look at the veining on the leaves. And the seeds are exquisitely red, beautiful. The whole tree is just covered with seed. My white wisteria still has a few flowers on. This year the wisteria has been a bit early. Normally this white wisteria blooms in the first and second week of June, but it flowered at the end of May, so it was 2 weeks early. Maybe we had a very, very mild spring. So this is the last of the wisteria. I'm not a proper photographer, I'm only an amateur, but I've learned to appreciate the different lighting effects that come at different times of the day. And I find that in the evening, when the sun is very low, we get some really beautiful shots. Look at it, we've got ducks on our pond. I remember we used to go to Japan just after the Chelsea Flower Show, and the end of May, first 2 weeks in June, the Satsukis are in bloom and the lovely Iris and Sata Japanese irises are in bloom. So we used to really enjoy our time in Japan at this time of the year, in the first 2 weeks of June. Look at these lovely shades. These we imported from Japan about 20 or 30 years ago, and we keep propagating these plants from seed. So when the seeds finish, we collect the seed. These are seeds I left on deliberately to show people what they're like. The seeds are still there, but these are the seed heads. And if you let it ripen, you sow the seed and they will germinate very, very easily. We've got another clump in the distance there. Many of them are self-seeded. This zigzag bridge is over 34 years old. I constructed it in 1990 and I've never changed the planks. And the wood is still in good condition. And look at the little maple seedling growing in the crack of the wood there. When it gets a bit bigger, I'll pull it out. So who says maples are difficult to sow? They come up everywhere. My garden pines, or Niwaki as they call it, will be due for pruning this year, so I will do that maybe in about 2 or 3 weeks' time when the candles have become more strong so that it feeds the tree, and then I will prune it back hard. So let's admire these beautiful irises. Look, just shows how low the sun is, and my shadow is long. Long shadow in the evening. Those of you who've got good memories will recall that I do show the same things each year, but every year there's a freshness about it. And I like to show this tree off because this is an American maple called Acer Campbelli. And you look at the seed pods, they're so beautiful. Beautiful seeds like that. The seeds are prettier than the tree, and the entire tree is simply covered with these seeds. There must be thousands and thousands of these seeds. Look at it, isn't that beautiful? This maple also has nice autumn color, but not as nice as some of the ordinary Japanese maples, but it's an American maple, Acer Campbelli. Because we have so many trees, it attracts a lot of birds. For those of you who have never heard frogs croak like this is your chance to listen to them. We have a lot of frogs in our pond. I wish I could see some of these frogs, but they're clearly hiding in the water. Gosh, they're calling to each other. Well, that's a different view of the nursery by night. I wish you could smell the scent of this beautiful jasminum or jasmine, creeping jasmine. And this is the view you can see at night. So here we are, the moon is rising. Look at it, just peeping through the trees. The frogs are beginning to croak. And it's significant that we've got the full moon just a few hours from the equinox, which is going to be the longest day in the northern hemisphere. They say that there's something magical about the full moon and the significance of the longest day. People in Stonehenge are waiting for the sunrise to celebrate the summer solstice. And here we are, enjoying this spectacular view. The bats are flying through the trees. I don't know whether they're bats or birds. We get owls here too. Makes a change that the planes are not within earshot. I was doing a film project with some students from the Central Film School of London, and we had such a lot of trouble making the video because every 2 minutes the planes were taking off. And on that note, I will just mention that I'm going to be on national television tomorrow night at 8 o'clock talking about bonsai for about 10 minutes. This program is viewed by millions of viewers, so I'll try and get the BBC to let me show it on YouTube. And on that note, I think I will end this video, and I hope you enjoy this midsummer walk. Today is the 20th of June 2024, and I'm looking at a Chinese calendar. This in fact is a calendar given to me from the Taiwanese Bonsai Association, and the 20th of June happens to be the 15th day of the Chinese or the Oriental lunar calendar, and on the 15th day of each lunar month we have the full moon. But what is significant this year is that tomorrow, the 21st, is also the longest day, what we call the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere. And when we have the summer solstice, 21st of June, it is the longest day. Frightening thought that after tomorrow, the days will start getting shorter. So before we do anything else, I will walk out onto the nursery and show you the full moon. What a lovely sight. The moon is just peeping through the trees. Look at it, absolutely beautiful. And the night is still, the night is quiet. For a change, I don't hear any aeroplanes flying overhead. And it's absolutely stunning. Talk of peace and tranquility, there is an abundance of this. I've come out to another spot in the nursery, and here we see the moon even more clearly. It's a lovely night, so quiet, so still, and we've had a warm day. I think this camera can even photograph the stars. So it's been a lovely summer we've had, and I hope you've enjoyed this midsummer walk that I've just concluded. So enjoy this video.